You probably clicked on this video because you're thinking of applying to grad school. Here are the 5 things I wish I knew when I was applying for the very first time. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Imtihan Ahmed and I'm here to talk to you about education and technology. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe below and don't forget to hit the notification bell to keep up to date when I come out with a new video. Let's get into the 5 points. First, a little background. I actually had to apply twice to get into a grad school program. The first time I applied was straight out of school and I had no idea what I was doing. Suffice it to say, I didn't make it to any of the programs I wanted to get into, but the second time around, I went in with preparation and knowledge and it helped me get into one of the best programs for computer engineering in the world. Let's talk about what those points were. First, we need to distinguish between 2 different types of graduate programs. There are some programs that are professional degrees and they work more like certifications. You're working up towards a skill and you want to be able to get certified that you are capable of doing that skill. These tend to be course-based masters. The nature of the courses may be practical, where you go and do the type of work that you would want to be doing, or they may be like traditional courses you have in undergrad and high school. The university offers some sort of accreditation. What usually happens is you end up doing a series of courses that progressively make you more competent in a certain specific area. And at the end of that program, you are evaluated on your ability to do that kind of work and you get the program. The second type of graduate program is more research-based. Usually this comes in the form of a research-based master's or a PhD, where you go in and you work on a specific topic for the next couple of years, researching it and trying to contribute something novel to the field. These end up being much more narrow, less focused on courses, and much more focused on the research work that you're doing. You're evaluated on your ability to do good research and on what you have contributed to the field that you are researching. The admission process for both of these are very different, so take what I'm about to say with some level of variability. Based on your specific program, some of these things may not be directly applicable, but for the most part, I think the process is generally going to be very similar. Before you apply, you need to have a clear idea of what you are going to get out of that graduate degree. I wouldn't recommend anyone to spend 2 to 6 years of their lives pursuing a degree beyond an undergraduate just for it to not be useful at the end of it. You end up spending 2 to 6 years to go to the same starting line that you would have had you gone to your career path straight out of undergrad. So carefully evaluate whether the career path you're trying to go for requires you to get a graduate degree, and if you do get a graduate degree, will that have any perceivable benefits in your future prospects? The best way you can do that is to imagine the kind of job you will have in 5 years, or let's say at the end of your degree. Does having a graduate degree help you in any way to get that job or to be successful at that job? If the answer is yes, continue further. If the answer is no, then think about why you might want to get a graduate degree. And if you don't need to, you don't have to. The opportunity cost of a graduate degree in many fields is often not worth it. So think critically about this before going forward. The second step is to treat a graduate school application like you would treat an entry-level job application. You're expected to have certain backgrounds and skills that'll complement the role that you are applying for. By the same token, the organization that posted the position, they don't expect you to know everything out of the gate. You are straight out of school after all. The experiences you have is highly unlikely to directly relate to the job you're about to do. But you can demonstrate your ability to learn by having experiences that showcase your ability to do professional level work in or around the area that you want to study. For example, if you want to study computer science, you don't have to be a computer science undergraduate. You can have a math degree, you can have a physics degree, you can have a business degree. But in all of these cases, it's very helpful for you if you have a programming background. You can learn all of these things online nowadays. And there are other fields where you can get some relevant experience from online sources too. There are also certain jobs that will let you build the experiences you need to go into a specific graduate program. But like I said, it's not the exact experience that matters, it's relevant experience. And relevant experience can come in many forms. So don't think it's limited to your job description or a course credential that you have. You can have picked up these skills on your own time, being self-taught, and you can present those as well. Step number 3, do not, and I repeat, do not blindly apply to a graduate program. It's completely unhelpful if you just apply to the program and you hope to be competitive to get in. You're always going to lose out to someone who's applying with a specific degree, with a specific lab, with a specific project in mind. Especially in research-based programs, it's often helpful to try to contact the profs or the principal investigators at the labs that you want to work in to make sure that your skills and interests aligns with the interests and goals of the lab. And if they do, then you can start applying and you can notify them that you're applying so that they'll go and vouch for you and look for your application among the thousands of applications they get. You're more likely to get noticed like this than just by having a high GPA or a cool experience on your resume, because you've already spoken to them and you've gotten to know how they work and they've gotten to know you. So they're much more likely to want to work with you. At the end of the day, no recruiter or admissions committee is going to admit you if no lab wants to take you. So if the lab wants to take you, that makes the job of the recruiter much easier. So they're more likely to accept any shortcomings you might have in your resume if a lab really wants to take you. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. Number 4, you need to be patient. Most of us, when we're going through our undergrad, don't think about what we're going to do after that. It's a 4 to 5 year journey after all. It's going to be so far away. And then you're 3 years into your degree, not really knowing what you're going to do. You're thinking about grad school, but then you think, oh, I don't have the research experience. I haven't prepared all that well. I don't think I'm competitive enough for the programs that I want to apply to. That's okay. If you finish your degree and it takes you a year or two to get the background experiences necessary to get into the graduate program of your choice, do that. You don't have to get in right away. Just like any form of education, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You've spent 15 to 16 years of your life already in school. Another couple of years isn't going to harm you. And most often, the experiences that you need to get into a good graduate program can be attained through a job. So it's not like you'll be losing out on income while you prepare to go for that graduate degree so that you can upgrade your career even further. The final thing to note, and it kind of relates to the last point, is if you're applying to a graduate program after being out of school for a few years, you can run into some issues that you will have to look out for and adjust over time. The big thing is the loss of income or the reduction in income that most people experience when they go into graduate programs. First, if you're in a funded program, lucky, your income is likely lower than you would have earned when you were working full-time. Or 2, you're not in a funded graduate program, in which case, not only are you not earning, you're also paying money to the university to take these courses. So both of these situations can place a heavy financial burden on you, and you have to consider, is the cost worth the reward that's going to come when you finish the graduate program? Not only that, your work schedule changes. Like in undergrad, you're not running a 9 to 5 anymore. So a lot of the time you'll have to work odd or weird hours to make sure that you get the things you need done for your school. Both of these strain relationships and cause issues between you and your partner or between you and your family. So make sure that not only you are prepared for what's coming when you go into graduate school, but also what your partner may be facing too. One of the best ways to address this is to have a clear, defined goal that you are trying to get out of your graduate program. And that can keep you focused and on track, and it can help explain why you're willing to do so much today to get more out of it next time. These are 5 of the most important lessons I've learned during my application to graduate studies and my first couple of months during graduate studies. If you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell next to it so that you can keep up to date with more videos like this. And a thumbs up if you liked the video. And if you didn't like the video, a thumbs down is okay too. It gives me the feedback I need to make better content. If you have any comments you want to share about your own experiences with graduate applications, or if you have any questions about graduate applications, put them in the comment section below and me or someone from the community will try to answer them for you. Thank you for watching, and remember to always keep learning.